All right, Grunt Fisher here, ahead of Grand Slam track #1 in Kingston. How's the trip? How are you liking the island?
The trip was nice and easy, no delays, and got in, smooth last night and checked out the track today. It's a cool stadium, historic stadium. I'm really excited. I think these fields are really good, and I think it's going to be. There's a lot of unknowns going in from. I think people watching the broadcast, there's a lot of unknowns how that's going to be. From me racing, there's a lot of unknowns about the pace, who's going to go, how the double's going to feel. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, well, is 3,085-degree weather doubling back? Does that still sound like fun to you, or is that a little miserable?
Ask me Sunday night.
Yeah.
Ask me Sunday night how it feels, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is roughly what a conference double would be like in the NCAA, so it's not totally foreign to people, but on the pro ranks, you never do a double like this, so it'll be interesting. I don't think there's any room to really save anything for the second race. Then you have to treat the first one as a final, and whatever you have in the second one is what you have. But especially the people that are doing every single one of these slams, we're gonna do this weekend and then go back to training for the month, and we're gonna say, hey, what went well, what did we not feel ready for, and adjust a little bit and get ready for the next one. So a little bit of an iterative process there too, and even between the two races, you're going to see different tactics, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So tell me about your last 6 weeks or so. Did you take any time off? What have you been up to?
Yeah, so my last race was February 14th at BU. Took some time off after that, actual days off and no workouts for a little bit. Stayed at sea level, lost my altitude boost, and did a whole new build for the outdoor season starting 3-4 weeks ago. So for most of March I was building up to this race. That's not enough time to do a full training block, but I feel quite prepared and ready to go. And unfortunately I had to take that time off just because it's a long outdoor season, and that's kind of the only time I could really dedicate a downswing in training, because now I race every month and they're important races every month. So now it's kind of all one big build to the outdoor season. So training's been good. I'm happy with the fitness. I don't think anyone here is as sharp as they're going to be all summer, but I think people are going to be fit and ready to go.
Yeah. What's the biggest difference, I guess, from what you would do at this point this year compared to previous years?
At this point in previous years, I would be doing a lot of base training still, like hills, tempos, long runs, threshold stuff. Basically what I do in November. I'd go back to that right now. But because I have this race this weekend, had to kind of accelerate that timeline a little bit. So I'm doing more VO2 max type work. I have one kind of more race speed workout before this, and we'll see how I can race off of that. I think I can do quite well, but it's different for sure. There's two approaches I think you could take. You could kind of really go all in on Grand Slam and be tuned up and ready to go at every single one, or you can kind of just use it as building blocks for Tokyo, basically. I'm hoping to kind of go middle ground on that, because I still really care about the World Championships and doing well there, and USA's as well, but I care a lot about doing well here too, and I think the competition here, you don't want to show up as not your best self at any moment, but it's impossible to be at your best self at every single moment. So I think I'm at a very good spot. I'm not at my best spot, but building into that.
How's your kick right now?
We'll find out. Yeah, I think it's pretty strong, and I don't think these races will go insanely fast. So I think it will come down to a kick. I've grown in confidence with my kick over the past year. Again, probably not the sharpest of my life right now, but I think I'm still really competitive.
Who are you most concerned with, your opponents?
I think I'd say probably Hago Skibberwet. Just you never know what that guy can bring. Sometimes he's in world record outdoor shape. Sometimes he's not quite in that shape. But when he ran 12:37 last year, he closed in 54. So the guy's got wheels off of a fast pace. So
Yeah.
even if we wind it up early, if he's in that kind of fitness, he's going to be dangerous. So that's a guy to keep an eye out for.
And has anything happened the last month that you feel like you're a big star now because of these world records? Like, are people treating you differently? You're getting noticed on the street, anything like that?
Maybe not. I mean, I've been in Flagstaff in Park City where I spend a lot of time, and I think there's just so many runners out there that the general public is kind of either doesn't care enough about track to know who anyone is, or they've already seen pros plenty of times. So, no, I wouldn't say it's changed a lot, but it's a good feeling to have a world record in my pocket, 2 world records in my pocket, 2 medals coming off of last year, good momentum, and knowing that I didn't go through like a slump, after a big year. So I feel really positive, good momentum, and ready to keep going.
Cool. Good luck this weekend, Grant.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
Sean.
you.